Welcome to this training. This training has been scheduled with the collaboration of the Order of Engineers and Architects in Beirut. And we have chosen this place because it is a little bit cozy and your number is not high. It respects all the requirements of social distancing due to COVID-19. This project has several objectives. We are going to talk and introduce a little bit what is the rating system ERZ 2.0, because as you know, we have already an old version, the first version that we had since 2011. So we had some grant in order to upgrade it. And we are going to talk about the process, how its mechanism, how it works, how it will generate the rating. And as a third objective, we are going to introduce how the updates will be made later on. لأنه we rely on your feedback, all the colleagues' feedback. Maybe we are going to gather them in some tags in order to take into account any upgrade that should be made to this rating system and how flexible it will be. The last part, which will take the greatest part of this training, we are going to introduce all the criteria that will make the upgrade of this rating system. هلا. The first day, we are planning to have the introduction. It will take around 45 minutes that I will make it. I will introduce the system. Then we are going to begin with the first module of the guideline. هلا, I am introducing indirectly the vocabulary that we are using to build this rating system. So we will have 5 modules هيك على السريع. Today we are targeting to finish one of these 5 modules. Tomorrow, other 2 of them. And next week, by Thursday, hopefully, we will have the wellness module, and the last day is the biggest module in the system, which is energy module. We will be 4 trainers by alphabetical orders. We have Emil, Rami, myself, Riyad. I am Riyad. We have 2 Riyads, and our dear colleague Kaman Riyad Labit. So just take an introduction about the trainers. Emil Hanna is a mechanical engineer. He has a degree in engineering management. He is accredited as an operations specialist, and he has his own firm, Sabwat, isn't it? He has many certifications from AEE. He is also one of the very few assessors of ERZ first version. So he had his contribution in updating ERZ version 1 to ERZ 2.0. And he is also an executive professional in asset management. What we are going to see, there are many parts in each module. Mainly, Emil has taken the part related to management and operation that is directly related to his daily work. Good, Emil? Hello. By alphabetical order, we have Rami Tarabai. He has his master's in mechanical engineering and renewable energy. He has too many green building rating system accreditations. You can see them: LEED, BREEAM, EDGE, GSAS, STDAMA. He was also a member of a tag in LEED, water efficiency tag. He has many certifications from AEE also, and he is also a professional in Revit MEP and project management professional. Riyad Asaf, myself, I have degrees in mechanical engineering and industrial engineering. I have a PhD in automation and cognitive engineering. I am now the handbook chair of ARZ Fundamentals. Those mechanical engineers among you, they know the 4 handbooks, main handbooks of ARZ. I am the chair of the first 2 chapters of the first handbook, Fundamentals. I am member of several ISO technical committees. I represent Libnor also in these technical committees. I have reviewed, and I am still reviewing, and I'm co-authoring many standards in ASHRAE, in ISO, and nationally in Libnor. I co-developed ARZ version number 1, and I am also an assessor like Emil of ARZ version number 1. And also I am a university professor in several departments, engineering, data science, and project management. Riyad Al-Abed, Smiye, he has a master in mechanical engineering. He is a doctorand, okay, doctoral candidate. He has also many accreditation as a certifiers in green building rating systems, LEED, EDGE, STDAMA, etc. He has also AE certifications, and he's professional from Autodesk, and in project management, he is also a university instructor. So we will be giving you the training. Actually, we are part of what we call Business Development Committee related to this project with our dear colleague Rima Sroor, ex-president of LGBC. And this group has worked on developing and upgrading the old ARZ version 1 to ARZ 2.0. Now, what is ARZ 2.0 exactly, or more exactly? It is a EU-funded project. LGBC was a co-applicant with UNDP CIDRO 5. And we have won this proposal, and we have a grant to spend on advancing the ARZ green building rating system, because our baseline was ARZ version 1, sorry. So CIDRO 5 is a very big project. It has many activities. I'm not entitled to talk about CIDRO 5, but what we know, we are going to implement the activity number A2.2 in CIDRO 5. So we have one task of advancing ARZ rating system. We have started on February 25th, 2020, last year, and it is expected, and hopefully we are going to do it, hopefully, we cross our fingers, to close this project on September 30th, 2022, next year. Let's talk about the project, our project, ARZ 2.0, which is called Advancing the ARZ Green Building Rating System. We have 5 main tasks. The first 2 tasks are closed in a way, task number 1, and task number 2 is ongoing. But for me, as long as we did not submit or we did not reach the September 30th, 2022, for me it is not already closed. So 2 tasks. The first task is to take into consideration our previous experience and all the feedback that we had since 2011, the launching of ARZ version 1 up till now, and to think how to update and reintroduce the ARZ green building rating system. So this task officially is done, but still I did not close it yet. Maybe we have something to add at the last minute. Task number 2 is ongoing. We are going to create, or we are in the process of creating, a platform reachable free of charge, reachable via internet, in order to evaluate, to rate projects, buildings. This is what we are doing now. This is task number 2. I expect to finish it, or to finish at least going live by February next year. The task number 3 did not begin yet. It will begin very soon, hopefully in next month. We are going to tackle what is there now in our environment as regulatory and fiscal environment. What can we propose in order to enhance the quality of the buildings and push the use of ERZ 2.0. Task number 4, it is ongoing also. We are going to prepare the guideline, so all the information that are related to the rating as is. And we are going to have some workshops in order to demonstrate and invite the people to use this platform. Task 5, we are required to certify at least 5 commercial buildings in Lebanon, and at least 3 of these 5 to go to the end. And here is your role. Here is your role. You were privileged among around 80 colleagues that were interested in attending this training. You were privileged because you expressed your readiness to share plans of buildings that you have. You are going to share the information through the platform whenever it will be ready, or even before it will be ready to the people under the what we call beta version, in order to use it and have your feedback in case we need to change anything. And by then, when you are going to introduce all this data, we can issue as LGBC a certificate of real attendance for you to use it later on as a reference from one side, or as an experienced professional that you can use it to present your services to other users that will need your services. So this is why we will not issue a certificate of attendance. It will be unuseful for you. We can issue a better certificate that you were trained and you were successfully trained. So this is by far better. So it is a kind of give and take. In general, these kind of trainings are not for free, they are payable. So you are here for free. This is our duty على فكرة. But in return, we expect that you can share some information. The information will be confidential, of course. We don't want and we don't need to know the name of your clients, etc. You can disclose the name of your client. You are not obliged. The platform will not oblige you to disclose the name of your client. The information that you will be asked for, as you are going to see in the guideline, are strictly related to the building without knowing the owner. So it will be 100% confidential. What is this rating system? It will rate building projects. So we are concentrating our work on buildings. And first, we wanted to cover only the commercial buildings and all the commercial sectors. Version number 1 was limited to office buildings and existing office buildings. So here we are going to start, I'm going to start to use some expressions. You have the building sector. So these are the building sectors. تمام. So we started عادة ARZ 2.0 should cover educational facilities, whether school or universities, there will be no difference. Hospitals, hotels, malls, and office. And existing. This was the start. Then we said we want to be comprehensive. We have introduced the new buildings in design and construction phases. So these are the status. Every sector, okay, you can choose introducing one of these three status. Then we have added the residential, and in this way we are covering most everything. There are some applications that are called in other rating systems mixed use. In mixed use, we are going to issue, LGBC is going to issue the procedure how to use this platform when you have a mixed use. Okay? Example, if you have a mixed use 40-60 among two of these sectors, maybe you can introduce what is related to the, for example, mall, the 40% alone, and the 60% as offices will be entered alone. And you can have a combined rating, a rating related to the 40% and a rating combined and a rating related to the office part. Maybe it will be like this. So these are the sectors, so practically all the sectors, and these are the status, practically all the status. So we have a new building in two phases, design and construction phases, and existing building. Each one, in order to describe it, we will use criteria. Criteria, their number, I have it, this number. It is not 199, it is 111. 111. ليش طلعت هيك؟ طلعت هيك. Okay, it is 111. يعني we did not intend to reach 111. We intend to cover most everything that will be used in order to have a good rating system, reliable rating system, and competitive rating system. Competitive quality-wise. What is the philosophy behind it? If you have a building, okay, the first thing that we are going to contact an architect, architect stand alone, or an office of architecture where they have all the engineering support, whatever. The steps that will be taken into consideration are directly related to studying the 4 elements of nature that you already know, I think, more than 99%. So, these 4, earth, water, air, fire. But in fact, if we go back to the old tradition and to the exact tradition, the elements of nature are 5, they are not 4. The 5th is related to the cosmos or space. I'm not going to go deep into the philosophy, but engineering-wise, and when I say engineering, engineering plus architecture, these elements, okay, we are going to translate them into wording that we know as engineers, which are site, materials, water, wellness, and energy. These are the module name. So, I have a building sector, and in building sector, I have a building status. And in order to describe this application, يعني building sector, example office, or building with status, it is existing, يعني to describe existing offices, I will use 5 modules, which are site, materials, water, wellness, and energy. And by that, I am covering all the aspects of the architecture that will make this idea of a project real. This is how the architects think, and I believe they are right. So, هلا نحن we are talking about green building rating system. So green building, so we should find a link between what we are doing and all the sustainability thinking. تمام? So هلا all the sustainability thinking, all the subjects are enumerated in the SDGs. هلا directly the site is related to SDG 15, which is life on land, as you can read, materials, SDG 12, responsible consumption and production, the water, the wellness, good health and well-being, or energy, affordable and clean energy. هلا, this is not an exhaustive list, okay? But these are the main links. يعني, the site is not only directly linked to life on land, SDG 5, it can be related to other SDGs. Okay, but mainly the big part is in 15. So this is the philosophy and this is the approach. هلا, how the process will be. So we talked about modules, and the modules is a group of criteria. هلا, these 111 criteria are spread among the modules. They are not equally spread, but they are spread among the modules. The user using the platform will enter all the data that is required by each criterion. So each criterion will ask you for a data that you are going to enter, and when you are going to enter this amount of data, there will be a score for the criterion. This score, okay, will have an impact on the module score, وبعدين the module score will have an impact on the building score. So this is the tree. This is how we are going to proceed. It is not a point system. Those among you who have knowledge in rating system, okay, most of them go by points. So if you respect this criterion, you have 1 point. If you respect it very well, you have 2 points. Maximum, you cannot have more than 3, etc., etc., etc. This is completely different. The model is, I think it is unique. It is a unique model in its process and how it will rate the buildings. So what you are seeing now is an alpha version. It is not the beta version of the platform. We are still a little bit far from beta version. So for each module, the site module, ما فيكم كتير تشوفوا هون تقروا بس أنا رح أقول هني. So this is the site module. This is the materials module. This is the water, wellness, or energy. So as long as you are entering data, you are going to see your score increasing. And it depends on the criterion that you are entering. Are you entering data related to the site module, the energy module? So you can do whatever you want. And you are seeing dynamically, it is dynamic. It is not a static platform. It is a dynamics platform. Whenever you finish data entry for a criterion, you can see what is the impact. You can see the grade of the criterion, its impact on the module, and its impact on the project. Here you are seeing the impact on the module, and you are going to see later on how it will impact the building as a whole. So this is the process. هلا, the platform will give you the chance not only to enter data هيك blindly, you can access directly the description. Okay, so you can choose the tab description to reread the description. So it is part of the user manual. And you can ask for a help. We are now taping the training. The training will be split among all these criteria. And for this criteria, you can re-watch the training, for example. This is a way of using help, hopefully. وبعدين you have the part of attach, لأنه you can have two types of assessment. You can have an online assessment. It is completely free, 100% free of charge. And if you want a assessment through LGBC, and in counterpart you are going to have a certificate of your rating إلى آخره, you are going to pay a little bit for the assessment. And to do a proper assessment, you will be required to upload data based on which, or documentation based on which you have entered your data. مثلا شو بعرف architectural plan, MEP plans, invoices of EDL, invoices of diesel, etc., etc. So this is how it will work. And you see here, you see here a logo. This logo is the rating that you have earned because of the data you have entered and because of the status of all these modules. So this is dynamic. This is dynamic. We are going to explain a little bit more in a while. طيب بعد في شغلة كمان نسيتها. You have the possibility also to export the data that you have entered. You want it in Excel, you want it in PDF, you can export the data that you have entered for your future reference. Hello. I continue. So I talked about 5 modules. In the first module, which is site, I said we have criteria. The criteria are organized also, okay, and they are organized by families. We have, for example, in the module site, as you can see, 5 families, and each one of in each one of these families, you have a number of criteria. You can have at least 1 criteria, and you can have a big number of criteria. Okay, there is, it is not 111 divided by 5 divided by number of families. It depends on the concept of the families. What we are going to do in this training, we are going to go through all the criteria, and each trainer will explain the criterion that he has prepared. Using bus Excel sheet. This is what you are going to see now. Although the platform will not work on Excel, but it is exactly the same concept. So you are going to see the calculation. So this site has these families. You are going to see in each one of the modules 2 families that are redundant. One family, it is the management and operation, that is directly related mainly to the existing buildings, although it is required in for the new buildings. And it is Emil that is going to give us the training. Okay, this part is for him. And you are going to see another family, which is bonus. هيدي bonus, it is not one family of bonus for the whole project. In each module, you have a possibility of bonus. Okay, so these are redundant. Wholly, the 2 are redundant. So this is for the site. This is for the materials. We have only 4 families, but as you can see, the number of criteria in each family is not small. But then you have water. Water, the number of families is big, but not all of them has many criteria. You can see 1 criteria for one family, but when you are going to receive the explanation of this criteria, you are going to see that this criteria is equivalent to 5 or 6 criteria that were merged together in order to simplify the user experience. So we are from now thinking about the user experience using the platform. But then wellness, 4 families. We are going to go through them during this training. بعدين الانرجي the biggest one I have 2 pages. This is why هون you can see 1/2. This is the first page. So metering and control, building envelope, HVAC and refrigeration, domestic water systems, lighting. I am reading, huh? Energy efficient, renewable energy. Honey, you can see renewable energy, it is one criterion, but when it will be explained, you are going to see that we have taken into consideration many renewable energy systems and combined them in only one criterion to facilitate the experience. And we have the famous 2 redundant families. Now, whenever we finish, or you finish entry, you will reach this page. In this page, you are going to see the main information that you have entered and the result of the data entry. So once again, you are going to see for each one of these modules what is the score. It is a score on 100. يعني كأنه نحن بالجامعة بناخد كورس بيطلع علامتنا على 100. So this is the concept. So this is the score. Maximum is 100 per module. وبعدين the platform using these grades, it will generate the rating, the score of the building, and depending on the score of the building, you will have the rating. هلا we are going to see it in a while. هلا meanwhile, when you reach this step, you have here 3 buttons. هلا sorry مش قادرين نشوف لأنه بعيد والريزوليوشن مش كتير منيحة, but on the platform أكيد حتشوفوه هون. We have here a button اسمها online evaluation. So we are going to be sure that if all the data is correct and accepted by the assessor later on, if you want an official assessment, okay, what will be the evaluation. So it is an online evaluation, and you can have an online certificate, so without any confirmation from LGBC. وبعدين you have a button, this is new in rating systems, to facilitate your job. The second one is do better. The platform, okay, will give you a series of numbers, and it will tell you for each criterion that are remaining in for this building, what will be the highest impact of a criterion, so that you can work on it to enhance easily and fast your rating. So this is new also in this platform, and if you are satisfied in the results, you can click on this button to submit it for assessment to LGBC. We have the main information about the project, which building sector, which building status, the address, the GPS coordinates, because it works on the GPS coordinates. Okay, this is compulsory, and for each one of the coordinates, we are going to calculate to find the elevation automatically, and once we have the latitude, longitude, and elevation, the platform will automatically generate the heating degree days and cooling degree days and the climatic zone, based on which, okay, there will be some modeling of the energy consumption, and you will have several kinds of reports. One of them, how much energy your building will hopefully economize. لأنه there is a possibility that your building will not economize energy. Okay. طيب. Let's move on. I talked about the grade of the criterion that will impact the grade of the module, and the module that will impact the grade of the building. هلا, the building, when we have calculated its grade, it will have a rating. So we are going to communicate the rating. طبعا the ratings are all the possible ratings that are available هلا on the market, okay, which are from uncertified if the building project failed to have at least 50%, okay? And 50% and more, we will have certified bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So we are going approximately after the uncertified, 10 by 10. So from 50 to 59, etc., etc. Only up till 100, we will have a platinum rating. And the certificate that will be issued will carry one of these logos. This is for the uncertified. طبعا اللي عنده certified will not show it. Okay? So those who have from certified and so on, they will use these one of these logos. هلا, how the updates will be done? هلا, the updates are the updates will be done when we feel that a criterion has an impact different of what we have estimated. How we are estimating the grade, you are going to see it during the training, in a while, but this criterion will have a weight in the module. Yani when you go to a university, you have 2 credit courses, 3 credit courses, 4 credit courses, okay? And we are going to calculate the GPA. You are going to take into consideration the number of credits and the grade. So we are doing the same. We are doing the same. It is a similar model. So each criteria in a module doesn't have the same weight as another one. So how are we going to calculate the weight of a criterion? By looking at 4 pillars. The first 3 pillars that you are seeing, environment, economic, social, are the 3 pillars of sustainability. Okay? So we are still in the sustainability. Yani we cannot go out. We are in there. Plus, we have added a pillar that is actually a combination of 2 other pillars, but we didn't want to go that far. The complexity. In the complexity, we are taking into consideration the cost to implement the criterion in question, and or the technical the technical hardness, شو فينا نسميها إميل? Efforts. Okay? So we are taking into consideration and or these 2 pillars. And based on this, we are comparing all the output, and by that we are generating the weights that will be used for each one of the criteria. As you can see here, we have only the descriptions, only the site code. In a while, whenever you are going to see a criterion beginning with SI, it is a site criterion. Whenever you are going to see MA, it is a materials. WA, water. WE, wellness. And EN, it's for energy. But then we have dash and the first number. The first number is related to the family. These are the family. اللي هلا شفناهم شوي. So family 1, it is location. Family 2, it is planning. Family 3, it is pollution, and so on. So this is only a snapshot of the Excel sheet. And under the location here, we have 3 criteria. Under the planning, we have 5 criteria, etc., etc. And for each one, we have made the homework of assigning grades and weights for each one of the pillars in order to generate the weight. These weights generated will be reviewed systematically, okay, from time to time by a dedicated tag that will take into consideration your feedback as future experts in the platforms, and other feedback from any member or any user. So this is how the system works, and this exercise can be directly updated on the platform, and this is how the platform is dynamic and will be updated whenever it is needed. I will go a little bit كمان further. I said we have weights for the criteria, and I've explained how we have generated weights. We have also weights for the modules. لأنه not all the modules are as important as each other for the country. Honey, we have thought about the country. We did not take into consideration the applications. Honey, you see the 6 main applications, the 6 main sectors, sorry, that we have taken into consideration. Under each sector, we have the 3 possible status. So we have 18 different applications. So here, for these applications, تمام, we have exactly the same weight for the module. بينما, I will go one step back. This exercise that you are seeing is only for office, new building in construction phase. So we are doing this exercise supposedly 18 times. بينما هون for the modules, it is the same exercise for all the modules. As you can see, all the modules are important for Lebanon, but at the end, okay, we have agreed in consensus. All our decisions are taken by consensus. ما في عنا voting. It is كله yes أو كله no. Okay, ما في عنا voting. So by consensus, مثل ما بنعمل standards بالعالم. Okay, it is the same methodology that we have taken out. Just to vulgar the things. Sorry على التعبير. Okay, we have taken out 10% from the materials وعطيناها للenergy. Because in Lebanon we are stuck in materials. We don't have too many options in materials. Okay? In counterpart, we are in big need to enhance the energy economy. So this is why we have taken out 10% from materials and we have given it to the energy. This is what we have done. So this is how it is dynamic. So all these weights can be changed at any time. وطبعا when it will be changed, everybody will be notified. وبعدين within the platform, all these weights, okay, are shown with a number that is called impact number. Impact number. Here you have 800, 700, 600, etc. 534 are computed using these weights. So, as an expert, and those who are already experts in other rating systems, everybody says, a priori, I know what are the important criteria. I go there and work on them to satisfy the most quickly, okay, and most easily the customer by having the biggest number of points. وبعدين I go to the others. Only because it is a complicated system, in order to facilitate to the user, we have created this page. This page takes into consideration all the weights that I have just explained. So the user doesn't have to know the details. The user will just click on do better. هلا قلت لكم البottom اللي قلت لكم اياها. If the user didn't do any kind of entry, okay, this report that can be printed, okay, will give the user how to proceed. What are the most important criteria? And the criteria on the impact number on the criteria, okay, you can use them at the same scale. يعني when I say 844 هون, يعني it is more important than 800 here. Okay, so it is not a local scale. Okay, it is a general scale for the whole building. هلا whenever you begin to enter data, you have done part of a criterion. This impact will decrease, and when you are going to ask once again for the do better, the sorting will be different. لأنه it will take into consideration what is remaining from this criterion that you did not have 100% on it. It will take it into consideration, okay, and give it its impact number, okay, among all the remaining criteria. So by this, we have facilitated to the maximum the work of the user. So this is how it is dynamic, okay? It doesn't take too long, يعني maybe 1 second, 2 seconds to have your reports. This is not too long. And this is why we claim it is dynamic. It is expected, as I have told you, to go live by February 2022. And when I say going live, يعني we have finished. Whenever the beta version will be ready, we will notify you that the beta version is ready. You can enter the data of your choice after choosing one of the sectors, وبعدين one of the status. You are going to enter your data and generate the report, the final report of the assessment using the beta version. Once it is done, once this is done and is done successfully, you will receive then a certificate from LGBC. We did not agree yet on the denomination of the grades because there will be grades. مش grades علامة عالمية يعني member grade or expert grade. This is what I am talking about. But you will receive a certificate, okay, for this effort that you have made, and you have proved that you have well understood the system. And if you have feedback, you are going to get in touch with us in order to take your feedback into consideration. So now I have finished my introduction. We are going to begin with the criteria guideline, but I think we can take a break now for 15 minutes, مثلا. Okay, and when we can come back, we are going to begin the heart of the training by going through all the criteria.